Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Dreams of Silver and Stone. Thank you for sticking around, waiting for us here, and dealing with everybody's frozen faces. That was fun. I am back with the crew now to see what happens next. Patchy, some sort of alchemical substance that was reminiscent of an old thing you're aware of, has come off of this letter after an individual claiming to know your tricks and to have learned since you knew him. Has now caused the hair to start dissolving off of your forearm. Give me a tough roll first.
It's either a weapon or a spa treatment.
All right. So first off, 16. You immediately feel a stinging pain sensation up your arm, and you see blisters beginning to form very quickly. You pull your arm away in pain as this cloud keeps going. The letter is dissolving. You see that the break of the wax seal caused a small amount of chemical agent to drip onto the page, and that has started as the catalyst for this event. The words have been burning away as it says Crimson Mane says hello on the bottom of the page, and it very, very quickly is turning into this and filling the room. What do you do next?
Well, the moment I figure out that this is what I think it is, I instead immediately close the window that I was opening to fan this out because I can't let it spread outwards in a Skixen town. And trying to, well, since I very much aware of the tactics and this sort of tricks that are being used, is there a way where I can prevent this or sustain it?
Well, capturing the cloud, the substrate cloud would be good, and getting it to be, what do they call it? I can't remember off the top of my head. Anyways,
Inert?
taking it and making it inert, yeah, by causing the chemical agents to solidify and fall to the ground. You do believe that nearby you might have some substances that you could attempt. I'm going to give you two choices, and we'll see which ones of those work best. Are you going to try to cause this to condensate via heat, or are you going to try to cause this to basically turn into an aerosolized powder using a chemical agent? So heat or a chemical agent?
You know what? Chemical agent. I think I can actually use this against whoever's hunting me later if I manage to make it into a powder.
Okay, so Patchy rushes over, holding his breath. You see big bits and pieces of fur falling off of him. This chemical substance, you get a whiff of it. Nova, in the room, it starts to smell a little bit like rotten eggs. Just a little bit.
Move!
All right, Patchy, give me...
Do I have any idea what it is?
Give me a brains roll.
18?
18. So, there have been times where maybe you were messing around with Alice's equipment in the lab, and you created forms of toxic chemical fume clouds. This is definitely one of those. It obviously smells a bit like there's some sort of sulfuric compound in it, but it is not the mustard gas you accidentally made. So it's something like that, something dangerous, obviously, but it seems to only be reacting in the room to biological matter, obviously hitting Patchy, but it's run across your skin, and it doesn't seem to have affected your hair or your arms or your skin. His is blistering away. Whatever this is, it's localized to either Skixen or to him in some way.
I'm gonna run over and grab it, but I'm gonna look at him so he knows I'm not grabbing it to steal it. Just like I'm taking it now.
The letter?
The letter.
Okay. So Nova,
I'm gonna try not to breathe it.
Nova moves over and grabs a hold of the letter from your hand. Patchy, if this is
Clearly.
at all what you think it is, it's probably not as dangerous to her as it would be to you. If it was formulated incorrectly, you don't know if that's the truth.
Go get what you're doing.
Do not let any Skixen touch that! Ah! I'm trying to get the materials. Oh, fuck. Also, you might have fucked it up. Just drop it. Don't touch it. Just no need for chances. Ah!
Patchy's like rushing around the room.
I am gonna see if while he's rushing around the room, I, by the way, just so everyone knows, I'm a fabulous lab assistant. for alchemists, so I know how to take orders. But also, I want to look around and see if there's like a fish tank or like a glass Tiffany lamp or something, like with a bulb, like something that we can like kind of contain the air in.
He does have alembics in there that have a stopper on them that usually has a backflow on it, so you could stuff it into one of those. You just
that's what I'm gonna do, and then
shove it in, stuck it closed. You inhale a little bit of this stuff, and it like burns the inside of your nostrils a little bit, but doesn't dissolve your skin.
It's in the thing.
You see it just sizzling away, and eventually you can tell that there's pressure on the glass. You see the inside of the glass just get smoky to the point where you can't see inside of it anymore.
No, I need to turn it into powder. I need to make this thing harmless for now.
Well, it's not going anywhere. You can turn it into a powder from the bottle, Patchy. Calm down.
All right.
Do I have my stuff that I can turn it into the thing?
Go ahead and roll brains for me, followed by an agile roll. These are two separate rolls that are going to dictate how well you're able to do this. So brains-wise, you believe you can. You have a formula that should work. Obviously, this is new material for you, but you're going to try to use this anyways. It's a generalized substance that'll allow you to make this into the powder form and stop aerosolizing it. Now you need to roll agile to apply it without harming yourself, unless you want to give it up to Nova to try.
Ow!
6. You're going to harm yourself while you do that.
It will be wise for me to not do so.
That is absolutely true. You can.
Can I assist in any way?
You can try to assist him. Roll agile. The higher you roll, the more pluses you will give to Patchy.
Can I reroll because it is wise?
It is absolutely wise.
And I know
not to dissolve yourself.
For me to not touch this.
So
I think he gave you that one.
Nova has given you a +2 or +3. She's given you a +3 to your roll.
I roll again.
Yes, go right ahead.
Ow!
That is a
But you're
9.
supposed to roll better.
That is not going to be enough. You're still going to get injured. There's an ace. All right.
Ace.
Oh, there you go. 23. That time, you go over to the alembic that Nova's captured this in. You very quickly decork it. You add in chemical substances, almost throwing them into the bottle from a distance, like a athlete basketball player. And as soon as it finishes the concoction, now give me a high or low.
After all that, fine. Hi.
Okay. Your substance works perfectly. You see the clouds begin to dissipate, and it turns into this basically like white snow powder falling from the air onto the bottom of the surface of the glass. And then you end up with almost a half inch of this stuff inside of there.
The student becomes a master. My ass, Crimson Maid. My ass, Crimson Maid. You will never be as good as me. You think you'll be as good as me? You'll never be as good as me. Yes.
Who's Crimson Mane?
No one. So, hi. Can you just hold this for a second? I'm just gonna give you my backpack while I try to stuff everything into it as fast as I can.
All right. You just begin packing up things very quickly.
Nova's just holding the bag open.
All right.
Wait, got that. Hey, Felicia, come here. You go into the back. Okay. It was good knowing you. I need to leave. Heading out.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
Where are you going?
I need to go on a trip. This old Skixon's legs are getting a little rusty, always staying here. I hear that the shores of the south side are nice. I'm gonna go on a trip.
So when your people are in danger, you're like, oh, well, I'm just gonna go on vacation. That's the kind of guy that you are? Is that what you're saying to me?
You know what? You make a good point. Okay, so, can I trust you?
I mean, how do you answer that question? That's a weird question.
You don't want anything bad to happen to these people, right?
No! I don't want anything bad to happen to any people.
Great. That person who is, how do I say this? The person that the Six Toes accidentally thought was my cousin is not my cousin. He is a how do I put this? Mass murderer and someone I know, and he is after me. And if he gets me, a lot more people will die. Just not just me. Think of it like planet scale, and we don't want that, do we? So, I'm gonna ask you to do something. So when the Empire people come, yes, how do I? Maybe catch them and give them to the Empire people. Yeah, when they get here, then they'll they'll probably be happy about it. Shit! I forgot to burn this, but it will be helpful. I'm gonna get the little piece of paper I had that wrote Solus earlier. They're probably gonna come here to get me. Get this. Give it with them. They'll even get more excited. They'll think one of them is this person is paper. Not me. Everyone will be happy. They will forget about the dead soldiers. Okay.
We're still talking about a mass murder. You want me to give a mass murderer a note and they'll be happy?
No. If the mass murderer comes here, you do your thing. That guy with the bow is really good. You'll probably like bang bang. Give him.
Yeah, that worked out real well.
To the Empire, or if the Empire comes and you don't find him, just say, "Oh, this person called Crimson Mane is here. Apparently, one of them is here." And I am just.
You know what we're gonna do, Patchy? Look at me. Okay, what we're gonna do right now is we have a few luxuries that we have, right? Okay, we're going to utilize those luxuries. We have other people we could talk to about this, and maybe we could figure out some sort of strategy in which your mass murderer friend, because if you get out of here, they're still going to murder everybody in this town, is what it sounds like to me. And I feel like that's a bad idea, even though...
Sorry, finish it.
No, you can interrupt. It's fine.
Okay. They do not care to murder anyone. What? Who's that?
You just hear muffled meowing while Nova hears, "Let me out of this fucking bag!"
Your cat wants out of the bag.
Breathe.
You see, like,
you want to admit?
Yeah. Okay. So those that mass murderer does not care about here. Doesn't care about what happens to the people here. It will not murder the people here. The Empire people coming here will murder people. But if you give the mass murderer to the Empire people, they'll forget about it. Okay. Cool.
No, none of that makes any sense to me. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go outside and we're gonna talk to everybody and we're gonna figure it out, because the mass murderer is not the person who explodes your town. Do you know who is? The Empire, apparently. And if they're after you and you run away, but if that was already predetermined in the future that he said, and then how does that work? Did he see the future in which you ran away? Maybe I should let you run away, because maybe in the other future you didn't run away and that's why everybody got killed. Or future's hard.
I am supposed to be in hiding. No one is supposed to know who I am here. Damn it!
You are the most conspicuous person ever. How do you think you can hide?
By being this is not normally me.
I'm a purple-haired elf, and you're more noticeable than me.
Patchy,
Okay.
your
Whatever.
words are starting to mix
Empire
together.
is after, not me. Just after Vincere. That guy is like heavy Vincere, is what I'm trying to say. So if you catch that heavy Vincere and the Empire, I was like, this is a Vincere, man, we can go. This town is innocent, is what I'm trying to say.
So what you're telling me is you're guaranteeing me, you're telling me that if we gave the Empire this dude, that the Empire would no longer harm or destroy him, but you could guarantee that 100%. Tell me honestly.
I mean, there's no guarantees when dealing with the Empire. They're all pieces of shit. But, they'll probably be happy that you give them a high-profile target like that.
I don't know how things work, but that doesn't sound right.
Your plan, then.
So, Nova...
So what Kaizen is doing right now is thinking about when maybe the thing will happen, so that at least we have time. Will you stay long enough for us to talk about it?
Okay, if you see...
Your cat wants you to. She's also hungry and doesn't like it when you rub her third toe.
There! Mantis jerky, eat it! Ah, my God, you always complain at the worst times. Okay, so if you don't see that crimson-haired little shit,
Let's go there. Yeah.
me.
I'm gonna, while he's like, he finished a complete thought, I'm gonna take that as the time, let's go. I'm gonna grab him and go.
Wait, oh God, just give me a
Dr.
second.
Kaizen.
Just give me a second. Just give me a second. I'm gonna run into the bathroom. You'll probably hear some like slice and cut and meat screeching sounds. And when I come back, I'm even more patchy.
It's like shaved off.
And
even more hair.
I've smothered some like mud and all sorts of other kind of ink on my fur to make the non-patchy bits look different. Okay, let's go.
You just look dirty. Fine, whatever.
Got it. He works at a haunted house.
All right.
Got it.
Yeah.
Can you actually?
Fine. There's some like oatmeal and Elmer's glue pus and yeah.
If any new Skixon asks who I am, can you tell them my name is Inkfur? Yeah.
Yes.
And as Nova
oh,
and Patch, excuse me, Inkfur leave the house and head back, we switch over to Clay and Kiara. So, Barry's Things opens the door and is just like escorting you up this spiral staircase up into the top of this tower where you can see an old, what's similar to like a ham radio style thing. And he just looks back over to you. Yeah, that's it right there. That's what we used to listen. And then you can look out over the outsides here and
All right. Now you don't happen to record what you listen to? No, of course not. All right. Let's see what we can take a gander at.
Okay. So you step over to it and you hear just this squelching noise of a radio that's like sitting with just the wrong frequencies in it.
Mm-hmm.
That constant whining sound.
No, thank you. Now maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like peacekeepers have like a very standard set of frequencies that they use because
They do
on
tend to
straight and
use
narrows?
specific ones usually. Again,
Great.
everything's by the book with the Empire, so
right. So I will just turn it to those.
you would, except for the knob is like a metal hanger type thing that kind of twists in a weird way. The machine is very obviously in poor repair.
What's your name, by the way? I'm so sorry.
My name is Various Things because I like digging and putting things in the ground. Usually like carrots, sometimes toys. You know.
Can I call you Barry?
Sure, Barry's fine.
All right, Barry. So your device, it works, and
It's a piece of garbage,
gotta
I
give you
know.
credit.
We can't afford another one.
So I'm gonna give you some frequencies, and I need you to try and tune into them. All right?
Well, that's not how that works. We just listen. I mean, you
Can't-
know who's offered to look at it once, but the last time he did, this happened.
Oh, I'm a madman. All right, Kara. Let me know if our imminent doom approaches. Oh, I'm gonna go get Nohu.
Clay heads out into the yard, out in the main, whatever you want to call it, parade grounds.
So I'm
near
like
the
walking
garden.
past Kaizen and be like, Namaste. I don't know. You see, like,
sitting there
just
and-
standing there in this like tense thing.
No,
No
what do
reaction.
we see you doing as Clay comes walking over in your direction? You now have your captain's hat and your collar's been puffed, and you're setting out on another adventure of some kind. You do see Clay stalking towards you.
Well, I had in mind to, as I got the hat, to try and gather everyone and ask for their weapons in order to upgrade them, of course. But seeing how they dispersed so suddenly, would have liked to see if I could have taken, Kaizen's weapon in order to fiddle with it, considering
Kaizen-
he's, sleeping.
Kaizen is meditating. He does have a sword and a bow. Which one do you try to get?
Have I seen him use any one of them? I guess the bow
The
that
bow.
time.
Yeah, you did see him shoot someone in the face with the bow.
Yeah, then I'll take the bow.
The bang
All
bang,
right,
as you
give
will.
Give us an agile roll, and Kaizen, give us an aware roll at -3 because of your meditation. Let's see if you notice Nohu just grab your bow. Kaizen gets an 11. Nohu, that's a 5. Oh, there's an ace. Okay. That's a 6.
Wow.
That's still
wanna
pretty
donate
bad.
an
That's
ace
this
for that.
campaign's aces, though,
I
right?
know.
Like, dang.
Yeah,
I don't know, I
of
always
course I
have good
have
luck
to use
with-
another 8.
All right,
Chat
another
aces
ace.
are always nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's a 9.
And he could use one. Bernie
Oh wait,
Sanders
didn't
here.
you say that Kaizen had to do roll at -3?
Yeah, he has
Yeah,
a
accidentally hit
-3.
plus.
So, yeah, if you accidentally hit
aces
plus,
back.
then it would be a
So
5.
that's an 8.
It was an
It
8
will be
minus
5,
3.
and we gain an 8.
So you can gain an ace back. With a 6, you are ahead. Kaizen, are you okay with Nohu tampering with this? Or would you like to spend an ace? Would you like to potentially break your concentration?
Go with it. You don't break that concentration.
I'm
Nohu's like,
fine. I'm just as deadly with my sword, so take the bow.
all right. So no, he's sitting there meditating, and you just I'm gonna take this, and we just see you
It's
take
going
it
to
off.
be so
Don't mind me.
happy and so
All
surprised.
You just hear
like
under my breath.
Norma.
You're welcome.
All right, Nohu, you
Yes,
remove
I
the
am
bow,
welcome.
and what do you do with it?
An upgrade, of course.
Of course.
I'll be doing an upgrade for it, and as well as my old gun, which was already used. So first one is for Kaizen's bow.
Okay, for the bow. A flying move for one scene, so it's now a flying bow.
A
can't wait to
flying bow
see that.
somehow.
What's that?
I'm just seeing like guys that like start like he like goes to like shoot the bow, he just starts floating and he's like, oh, he's like trying to walk.
Great. That is listed on your self bow, Kaizen, in your inventory. It's the first option when you bring up the self bow to see the stats, and it'll tell you what it does.
I'm sorry, what? Could you repeat that?
In your inventory, if you click on the little cog next to your self bow, the details are listed as the first item on there now.
Gotcha.
I mean, how inconspicuous is the upgrade? Like his
It's-
normal wooden bow is suddenly like attach a mega rocket on
Yeah,
one
there's
of
like-
them.
there's like a bunch of
That was not
rockets.
here before.
A bunch of rockets all up and down the sides of it.
I am
Okay,
welcome. As I turn it,
And you
put
just
it back on.
put it
him,
right back
and
on him.
then Right where I found it, and then I'll. Well, it doesn't fit anymore where I took it from because of all the bulge of the rocket, but it's good enough. It's good enough.
Suddenly
And
it's
then
just kind
I'll
of
work on my
bulky.
own gun.
All right, your gun was
I'll
broken,
give it a
right?
new.
It was broken because of the
Yes.
use of that. So you'll need to roll brains, and you've had plenty of time to work on this potentially at this point, so you might have been able to fix it by now. Go ahead and roll brains, and we'll see if it repairs your gun. You're currently using
Roll.
What gun do you have? You have a Harkin's True
I
Shot.
have
The repair roll target is
I have
19 or higher.
+2 repair rolls.
Yes, you do.
19.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Harkins are
Nope, well,
delicate devices, so you haven't fixed it yet, but you did waste 2 scrap. So if you have scrap, you started working on it. You can do it again in the next hour. It just shows how long it takes for you to fix the whole thing. You can still attach another modification to
Got
it,
it.
but it won't work until your gun is no longer broken. If you want to roll that up,
oh, of course.
and now you gain the same thing.
Oh yeah, flying squad.
Flying squad. Who needs
I mean, once
Aarakocra?
inspiration hits.
Who needs an Aarakocra when you can have
I mean, is there a way?
what's that?
I intend to do this to all of the other guys' weapon. Is there a way to, well, I already did it on 2 of them. How cool would it be to have a whole squadron of flying people? Like, can
If you
I
touch
force
3
it
red,
on the
Kiara
next
will
one?
kill you.
I mean, you can ace any rolls in the game, so if you get the wrong one next time you do it, you could do that. Once you get capable enough as a tinker, you could try to just make that yourself in a different way, but, you know. So for now, you've done that to Kaizen's bow without him knowing. Just like Clay had it done to his sword without him knowing. So now you have that, and you have got it on your gun. So there's 3 individuals who could potentially fly now at the beginning of this campaign. That can't turn out poorly in any way. And we see Clay walk over. Know who you see him just gently putting the bow back over a meditating Kaizen in the street, covered in some similar things to what are attached to your swords. And,
yeah, I'll be like, all right, tell them about that. Namaste. All right, Nohu. I know, obviously, now you're a great adventurer, right?
Stating the obvious, of course, but yes,
right, of course. And I noticed that you've got quite the knack for adding on improvements, we'll say, to items, yeah?
Yeah, you want some?
Well, I think you've already gotten my sword so much more effective. But do you think you could help me fix something? It doesn't need to fly. I just need you to help me fix a radio.
I mean, but that's so boring.
But it's a radio we're going to use to. It's a radio we're going to use to spy on the Empire, so that we can find out if our doom is coming.
I'm gonna make it shoot fire, and then I'll repair it.
You can make it float, and then repair it.
Look, who's the genius inventor here? You or me?
This is a negotiation. All right.
There's no negotiation with genius.
Can it be anything but fire? Because this is a wooden watchtower. If you can see.
Fine, ice or electricity. I don't make the rules. I just follow them.
Deal. Just we need it fixed, and I can't believe I'm saying it. You're definitely, I think, the only one that can actually fix this thing. So come on.
By the way, I don't remember doing anything to your weapons, but I can do that, after this.
Do you not notice the giant rocket on my sword?
I mean, you didn't earlier, so...
No, they don't look like my kind of work.
I hold it up to the ones that he put on Kaizen's bow, and they're like an exact match.
Thing.
Sorry, you want to say that again?
Did you copy my work? That's copyright infringement or something.
You made this. Do you not remember things? All right, you know it is not important. Let's go make a radio, blast ice, and fix it.
So Clay and Nohu start heading back to the tower. Kiara, up on the top, you've got Barry standing there, just kind of patiently waiting, and you're listening to the radio squeals. Are you changing the dial at all, or are you just standing there waiting?
I was gonna try and fix it while he was gone. I have decent brains here. I don't understand why you didn't ask me to try first.
Do you have any tools?
That's a good. I don't. Never mind.
Okay.
I mean, you could try.
It's enough, and it only uses Phillips head screwdriver or flathead screwdrivers. Just use your fingernail.
That's true.
Someone's tooth,
What? Anyway, Kiara, if you would like to,
it's fine.
If you would like to try to work on this device, all you gotta do is tell me how you do that.
No, it's fine. I'll just wait.
All right. So you just wait, and you wait for a while. You're squealing coming through. You're hearing static, squirrel, noises in the distance, and at some point during that whole thing,
just wait.
You hear a voice for a split second come over the radio. You there? 8B 105 16. Left turn. Do you say or do anything?
Did Kiara just get activated?
I think so. I think I'm a sleeper cell. I think that's what just happened. No, the sheer look of terror on Steven's face when I said that was great. I'm not a sleeper cell to my knowledge, Steven. Not this time. I was last game. Okay? Ty wouldn't do that 2 games in a
Make me
row.
question.
Thank you.
I mean, you don't
He
know me.
wouldn't
would
I'll,
he?
He
say
wouldn't.
that. But,
Okay.
Is there something nearby that I could write that down?
no. I mean, you can scribble it or scratch it into the little wooden table nearby.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my dagger and just etch it into the table next to me.
You turn and you start scraping it into the table. And as you're doing so, you get a weird sensation. Give me a magical roll.
Maybe I am a sleeper cell. Maybe I am a sleeper cell, damn it. Magical? Okay.
Yep.
That's an 18.
Holy cow. So, Kiara, as you stand there and you scrape this onto the table, you begin thinking for just a second, where the hell have I seen this pattern? And it is the street address and the turn by turn that you took to get to Aurora's house.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
How do you react
Wouldn't
to
you
that?
rather be a sleeper agent?
Yes. I would. I'm leaving this. I can't do anything because I can't get to where I need to get to make sure she's okay. I don't know what to do with my hands. You know what would have been great? If I had my fucking inconclusive insight still up. That would have been great.
And at that point, the final
If
message you
only.
hear before Clay and Know Who comes back is, beware the painted lion.
Nope. Nope. No. No. All of this. No.
All right, we hear.
I can't do anything.
All right, Kiara just stands there staring
Just
at the
scream
radio,
internally.
screaming internally.
I'm going to do the thing. I'm just going to hit it and hopefully I don't break. I'm really weak, so it's not going to do anything, but I'm going to punch it.
All right, give me a tough
Like,
or a
fist
strong.
down, like alarm clock style.
Give me a strong roll.
What
Let's
am I
see.
rolling?
Strong. We'll see how hard you hit this thing.
-2.
That is a critical failure.
-2 strong.
Kiara, something that harms you
Yeah.
or that harms those around you in some way.
It'll harm me.
Okay. You swing your fist down, you hit
I'm
it.
gonna
This
get electrocuted.
This thing is made of a harder substance than you probably thought. There's a crack noise as you. Oh, there's an
You
ace
gotta
given you by
reroll.
McSherry.
No, that one was so good.
No. Thanks, Sherry.
Can I know what you're about to do?
I got a 0. It's fine.
0. So you hit it and just ow, hurts your hand a little. You hear Know Who coming up the stairs with Clay.
All right. So your radio's gonna both shoot ice out and be repaired, Barry. So we take what we can get.
Kiara, what did they see when they walk up? What does Clay notice, like on your face or anything?
First off, the hand is now immediately starting to bruise because Kiara bruises like a banana, and probably just a look of sheer terror, where she's normally very, she does not emote. This is the one time she does emote besides anger, and it's fear. It's genuine fear, and probably a look of, if I knew I wouldn't hurt myself jumping out of this window right now to get somewhere, I would, but there's nowhere I can go. Kind of like a trapped animal look.
That's what you see.
But when he comes in with Know Who, she's going to turn and go, you tell me to show you when you have imminent danger and you bring Know Who.
I want the radio fixed, and
You
I
bring
don't
Know Who.
be supervised. And then I'll kind of like, all right, Know Who, that one. And the owner's right there, so if you have any questions. And then in Avalonian, because especially in this room, pretty sure we're the only two. What happened?
Point to the coordinates that I carved in the desk. I don't think he knows, but he might know.
I mean,
Sure.
Clay, give us a brains roll. See if maybe Kiara's told you in the
Yeah.
past what the address that the Lion's
He knows about her,
residence was
so
at. Yeah, 16. So yeah, I'd say that clicks in your head a little bit because Kiara said it before. I'm at this address. That's like the safe house that Kiara used to go to visit Aurora. The address for it. There's a couple of like left turns. You don't know what that means, but everything else there is. So
Ooh.
you know that Kiara's been thinking about Aurora. You know that she's been having problems, and now she scribbles this on the table and blames that on the radio.
That piece of shite in Avalonian, that piece of absolute shite said that.
And that's it. That's the noise that's happening, and that's it.
Oh. Oh no. Alright. If there could be just only 5 problems at any one time. Oh, that would be great. I haven't even dealt with the maybe terrorist lying about who he is. Skixon, so
Definitely.
okay. First things first.
No. While they're talking, what do you do?
Yeah, come make our radio shoot ice, please.
Dumped.
Naho just shakes his head, having seen Kiara like shake her hand and be like, rookie mistake. I was there once. Don't worry. The expert comes. I'll take out my stave that I have and I'll break the radio. Now you start repairing it, and I'll sit over to it, and I'll start gathering all the pieces, and I'll be like, did this go here, or did that go here? Oh, all right now. Oh no, maybe this one goes here.
Kiara's gonna give Clay a look like, this was your plan. This was your plan.
Maybe start with the corner pieces.
All right. So Noah brings out his. We'll start with the corner pieces. Noah brings out his toolbox, and you're gonna have to spend some scrap. Every single expenditure of scrap is going to be 5 to fix this radio. I think you have 2 qualities. Which one would you like to use, low or mid grade?
I'll go for mid grade for this.
All right. So you have a straight roll. Give me a repair roll on this thing with your +2.
+4 instead, because I have a +2 from my Tinker class and +2 from my Advanced toolkit.
That is true. Go for it.
Tinker toolbox,
Nice.
Advanced.
Ooh.
So
That
nice,
is-
you see?
That's a 16. That's good that you got that.
That's a good roll.
16 is the target to repair the radio. So it's going to take you almost an hour to work on this, get it all back in shape, and set up a knob that allows you to twist and turn it.
What about making it special? What would I need to do that?
What do you want to do? Do you want to use a
I do.
cobalt? You want to make something yourself on this, or do you want to use a Kojkin upgrade?
I want to do something on it. I want to give it an
Fine.
elemental ability so that every time it turns on, it either does like fire, wind, ice, electricity, just
Alright,
like a pipe that shoots out.
I've got a
You
way to
know,
roll
why
that
radio
random.
that
Let's do
kills
it.
you.
So we can roll at random. Give me a d6 roll, and we'll see what random element you decide to put onto it, and you will just add that modification. So that's electricity. So it's going to launch electricity everywhere anytime it's turned on.
God damn it.
It works, but it
It's going
shocks
to be
the
like
shit
a
out of you.
science project. It's going to be like a
It's just
science project.
overloads.
It's just-
Listen, considering the
it's just adds the
expectations, I
lightning.
think we can all say it's shockingly effective.
Yeah. Every time you turn it on, you just see your hair like rise. And
You
with
get like
half
the
of the population
cartoon
doing that-
skeleton showing
Yeah.
through.
All right. So while Nohu
Yeah.
works on this and makes it into an electrical death trap, we fade down to Kaizen, sitting outside, meditating, attempting to work on rebuilding that scene to remember as many details as possible. Nova said not to worry about the crack, but rather focus in your own space. Phrasing. But let's go ahead and... what approach would you like to use? What stat do you want to use to roll, and why?
So I want to focus on obviously the details, but I also want to see if I can get in sync with the timeline of this current dimension that I am in, and see if I can almost have like a snippet from a security camera leading up to the event of like things going on, what people say, like deja vu, basically. And so I think for that, I am either going to focus on brains or magical. They're the same. So.
That is going to extend past just trying to remember and causing an effect. This would be chaos magic, and you'll be rolling magical for me.
Shall we?
All right, spend an overload. Roll magical. Get higher than a 5.
It's okay.
And we'll see what happens.
Come on, magical.
These are the only rolls I ever kind of want people to not get.
Crap rolls always.
9
you know
is
what?
not going to give you much information. There's an ace. All right, here we go again.
It's not even the fun crap roll where you get under a 5.
18.
Yeah.
Right?
Kaizen, you
Nobody
have
wants to be middling.
I will give you a choice here. So there is a 1-hour window that you can come into when this attack happened. You can come to it. You're only going to get 5 minutes of time to view. So you have to choose. Do you want to have it set up somewhere before the attack happens, during the attack, the aftermath? Where are you looking within this hour?
I want to... Well, I already know the attack is going to happen, so I'm supposing... God, a 5-minute window, that's going to suck. An hour before it, and I want to spend the time seeing if I can find, like, a calendar or an event or seasons, a conversation, so that way I know when the bells are ringing.
A sticky note that says, we attack on this date.
Yeah, right.
So you force your mind forward, and you see the crack appear in front of you, and it just rips open, and you step through it for a second. And you find yourself in a different time. You see that ship, that airship you saw before in the distance, like trundling its way towards you. If you're looking for calendars, things like that, you may need to go into some of the buildings nearby. If you're looking at maybe the position of the stars in the heavens and that kind of thing, it's going to be harder. You don't really know what those look like here. And when you live on a planet where everything outside of it in the sky is just kind of a blurry mess, you don't really learn to read the stars. So what do you think would be the best choice? You're standing in the middle of the
There's
the
a
grounds.
common place that has a calendar. The inn.
All right, you're going to go to Melodies. So
Yes.
you're standing outside, and everything is quiet. Very, very quiet for this town. Obviously, since you've gotten here, everything's been kind of crazy. But then again, look at the company you keep, right? So you are walking. You just appear in the center of the villa square, and you take a few steps forward. Give me an aware roll. 11. Okay. You are wandering through the square, and the first thing you notice is that Periwinkle's gone. She's not in her little forested area in the center. The park doesn't seem to have its caretaker. Since you've been here, she's never been out of that place. Even at night, she sleeps there. It's a little strange. You walk across the distance, and you head over into Melodies. So you open the door. It is wide open. It's an inn, not abnormal. But when you open the door and step inside, the tables are in disarray. There's dust literally sitting on the tops of them. Everything seems out of place, and you're getting this creeping suspicion that something is happening in here. The carpet under your feet is kind of ripped and pushed up, and you notice a few droplets of blood in the actual carpet itself.
Oh. Okay, so I want to go to the counter and see if there is a calendar, and I want to see if the calendar page has dust on it to tell me if it is recent-ish or old-ish.
All right, you step over behind the counter. You kind of look for anything that would indicate what date and time it was. Give me a brains roll as you look, because do you know what calendars look like in this world?
Nope, just figuring they're kind of the same.
7.
I like ace
Apparently
that.
There's an ace. All right.
Let's ace that. This new campaign hates me as
13?
far as rolls go, so,
So
whatever,
far.
13.
It's okay. It's still the beginning of the campaign. You got some time to grow. You
It's
do
because
see...
you don't have the plus 47 of magic.
But I have +3s on almost everything, and it's still shit.
So you see something that reminds you, you keep track of things in a different way. Obviously, time is not, I mean, you have had to determine what era am I in, what date and time is the, when did this event happen. You take things take place by events that occurred around you. But since you've been here, one thing that's been consistent is that there are 3 moons in the sky that are constantly moving in this same phase. And you see a cycle of moons with like little boxes and check marks and things scribbled in Skeen all over them. Did you happen to know what day it was before?
I just figured I would bring that information to somebody who knows.
All right. So you do notice that it's under a section where there's certain phases of the moon that seem to be listed here. So with somebody that knows, maybe that would be information to tell them when it happens. You turn around and you see a bunch of Skixen moving through the city, ones you don't recognize.
Okay, so I want to go back out. I want to see if any of them are familiar to the stories people are saying and make note of temperature and season, stuff like that while I do that.
So you step out, and one of them kind of turns and waves in Skeen towards you, and you get the message from him. Well, I mean, I guess you kind of understand some of it. It's that time jumper again. Get him! You see them all turn and draw weapons on you as you're standing there.
Oh shit.
Do I see the Mohawk one? What is his name? Or anyone?
Crimson Mane?
Yes.
Well, no, you don't see a red mohawked individual here.
Okay, so taking note of their descriptions. And then I just go back in the inn casually.
You step inside as gunfire goes off all over the place, and like bullets start hitting the doors and things like that. You step in and move away a little bit, and you look out the window. You see the Skixen like stop and wave to each other, and they all move into hiding positions again. And in the distance, you see that airship come down. You see other vehicles move in, and a bunch of peacekeepers come out. As soon as the main ship has a large drawbridge drop and heavily armored individuals bearing mithril, which you recognize as holy metal, wearing it in armor, the gaudy thing of all gaudy things, and the amounts that are so extravagant you can't imagine how they came up with that much wealth, come walking off of this. And at the moment that we see 5 armored soldiers and this commander step down, the Skixen inside the village start looking at each other worriedly, like they weren't expecting that. And then you find that yourself just drawn back, and you're back in your body.
Okay. Perfect. As I come out, I go back to Melodies really fast.
Okay.
And I approach her and I ask if she has anything that I can scribe on, and yeah.
Oh dear, you need something. She moves around a little bit. How about this? She hands you a sheaf of some sort of, basically a paper made of probably reeds or something, like papyrus.
Perfect. I draw the symbol of the moon and the stages that I saw in the season, and I ask, what does this mean to you?
Well, that's a date probably a few days from now. Why?
A few days from now. Then I give a list of the descriptions of the Skixen that I saw, and I ask her if any of them are familiar sounding to her, or residents.
No, that's not anybody I know. Why? Were you?
Thank you. I think that I have a bit more details of what is to come, and I think we have a little time as far as when the Empire gets here, but I don't think we have a lot of time when it comes to other intruders. If you'll excuse me, I need to go talk to my group.
She looks very worried and just obviously breathes a heavy sigh. A lot has been going on recently, and that's not satisfying to her at the moment, and you walk from the room, heading out. We switch back over to Patchy and Nova. You've dragged Patchy outside into the street, but there's nobody out here anymore.
Where did everybody go?
I'm sure you'd see sparks from the tower above at some point.
Eventually.
Know who's up there.
After just a short, brief moment of stepping out, 2 words that both mean quickly, you see the Melody's door open up on the inn across the way from where you're at, and Kaizen steps out, looking contemplative.
There's the one the friend that you wanted to talk about.
Pulls Patchy over that way.
Patchy,
I want to be
yanked across there.
open.
Patchy
Just the ones I wanted to talk to.
Suddenly, Nova's pulling Patchy, but way in worse shape, with one arm that's covered in blisters, fur that's been destroyed and covered in some sort of black substance.
Let me guess.
It's not, But it's not Patchy anymore. It's Ink Butt.
Ink butt.
Ink butt?
Ink Butt? Ink Ear?
Ink butt.
Ink Skin? Ink Butt?
Okay,
Ink,
well, ink butt.
Mr. Inky?
Apparently, you may not keep the best of company, but I need to know, do you know anybody that matches these descriptions? And I give him the descriptions of who I saw again.
Give me an aware roll, and Patchy, you can give me a brains roll to see if you recognize any of those individuals.
14.
14, 15. So, with his descriptions, Patchy, you recognize some of your old crew, and some individuals who were likely just children or trainees at the time that you worked there, and something you didn't know, obviously, at all.
The ones that are my old comrades, are they 3 Scar comrades or Red Eye comrades?
They were 3 Scar comrades.
Aye, shit. Okay. Yeah.
I'm just going to remind you not to lie to me because, again, I'll know.
Yes, they've been serious. Yes, they've been serious.
Okay. Nova, we have a few days before the attack, but some unforeseen details. It is not the Empire that's going to wipe out these particular folk. It is somebody else's friends who are going to be here. I'm not sure if they're going to take this area over by force, or if everybody leaves and they occupy it, but it is the Empire that is after them. Regardless of all of that, we have less time before they get here, but more time before the Empire arrives.
Can we go into space to talk about this, please?
There's literally no one around us, but if that makes you feel more comfortable, sure.
There are people.
Yeah.
They might be having rifles on us right this second.
Great company you keep. Fantastic.
Excuse me, Miss Flower Lady?
Periwinkle out from the brush just steps out and kind of peeks over towards you and just kind of tilts her head.
Do you know where the other part of our party might have gotten off to?
She points to the tower.
Oh, thank you so much. Let's go over there. It's inside.
So we're going back to...
Come on.
Okay.
I turn to Periwinkle and I ask, do you have any plans of leaving in the next couple days?
No, she just shakes her head. She doesn't talk.
Noted. And I follow them.
All right. Everybody heads into the tower. We move back up top. Nohu, you have finished zapping everything and setting off an electrical storm. And the radio is working?
Of course it's working with all of this extra energy. It's like overflowing with juice, electrical juice.
To kind of wrap up the conversation we were having, Clay will just kind of offer to hold one of Kiara's hands. And then you're muted, but I saw the shaking of head, so.
I just said that you had cooties.
Oh, yeah. And just, even if she's not looking, look at her and say, we're going to go back as soon as we can. It's in the stars, right?
I think she's going to leave because she's going to go look at some letters that she had to look for any kind of any kind of written letter, like, secret code that said she's in trouble or something like that. So I'm gonna, as like Nova, Kaizen, and Inkbutt, are coming up the stairs. Kiara's gonna go down the stairs to head back to her room to kind of look for some letters.
You all see Kiara with her head down, just kind of like doing that brisk, I don't want to talk to anybody, I need to do something walk, that often emotional individuals have.
Hey,
Whoa.
just the folk I wanted to see, mostly.
Mostly. I'll let you come to your own conclusions on that one.
So, Mr. Employer, first of all, we have compensation to talk about, but more importantly, just how large a shitstorm have you brought down on these nice people?
I think Kaizen can actually answer that one better than Inkbutt might.
Wonderful.
Yes.
How's that?
Oh, new name, all right. I know this song and dance.
I've used it plenty of times before.
First of all, Sonny, don't talk down to me like that. You have no idea what you're talking about. Okay?
You're 2 feet shorter than
I'll give you your compensation. I'm a person of my word.
Of course.
Okay, and also don't try getting into my mind thing. It's Vinciera after me. Okay, and she knows, and I am trying to get out of this town so that they don't bother the people in this town.
So does that make sense to anybody? Because it doesn't make any sense to me that if he leaves, that bad things won't still happen. But I could be wrong.
I don't know. Maybe we should ask Pachi what he thinks.
Inkbutt.
I think.
Yeah, Inkbutt is here. Where's Pachi?
Don't have to call me
What happened to
right now.
Pachi
That's
Inkbutt?
just for outside in case anyone new comes and sees me, since apparently my new identity is compromised. God damn it.
Well, I hope you have a lot of fun explaining that to Nohu. Mr. Time Wizard person, strange elfman. It sounded like you had some kind of time-related
Indeed.
info.
So, the Empire will be here in a few days. As a matter of fact, this is the date, and I hold up the drawing of the moon cycles. However,
That's a moon. That's not a sun.
this here, then, yes.
When the moons look like that in the sky.
Precisely. However, there is a bit of an issue because that is going to be in a few days. What I saw, though, was everything was very dusty and in disarray, almost looked as if there was a struggle, and there were unfamiliar Skixen. Actually, someone over here, Inkbutt, does recognize them. He used to run around with them, apparently, and they're going to be occupying this area when the Empire arrives for them, apparently.
Don't have to call me Inkbutt. It was Ink Fur, and that's just...
I think Inkbutt's got a better ring to it.
Do you want me to compromise with you, or do you want me to work with you or not?
Well, I'm just going to call you Stain. Is that fine?
Operation Cameron.
Okay, I'm out. Goodbye. See y'all later.
Is that the radio?
Agent, are you there? Come back.
I'm gonna kind of
Wait, what's
clue into
what's
it.
that?
Lieutenant Cameron, please answer.
No, my name is No.
Do I know what Cameron?
Do you answer the radio like that? No.
Damn it.
I
This is a military launch.
guys, I'm gonna in his ear and hold his snoot.
Hold his
Oh,
snoot
damn it. I can't talk like a normal person.
like a normal
and then I'll
person.
try and rush over.
Clay, give me a brains roll real quick.
Okay, great.
It's gonna be a hard one. You only saw this very temporarily, so 12.
Well,
That's not high enough. You need a 16 or higher.
Yeah. So I would like to argue justice, as I'm trying to keep this entire town from being murdered.
Okay. I mean, it would be just not to have them murdered, I suppose. I can see that in this circumstance you're rolling in relation to your virtue. I will allow you a reroll. That is a 9, though. That is not better. So, you don't have any information.
I might be able to fake a pretentious Avalonian accent.
Do you speak Dwarvish?
I do, I think.
Okay, great. Because
I
my
do.
not stick up ass dwarf accent's not good, so I think you might be better at this.
All right.
Not practice. I can try.
Lieutenant Cameron. Come back, please.
Why, yes, it is Lieutenant Cameron coming back. Hello.
Oh, that just occurred to me.
Give me a high or low to see if Lieutenant Cameron was a male or female. First off, or
I mean, it is a very
Voice-wise.
a little bit of an androgynous day.
high or low voice.
Hi,
High.
Can
she
know
says.
who
Okay.
support or aid by
son of a.
fiddling with the radio so that the voice is distorted.
Give me a brains
As,
roll there, know who.
Nova's did.
That's a great idea. Why don't you do that and see if you can mess up Nova's voice
Get
a
that
little.
Go XLR on that radio.
Yeah.
Right.
This
Yeah.
is Sergeant Cameron coming back.
Man, roll it so low. Oh, laser.
All right. Oh, there you go. Nice,
There
21.
we go.
With that roll.
Nice.
This is Lieutenant Cameron coming back.
So
Sorry.
Lieutenant
My
Cameron,
headphones just said charge me in my head in a female voice and it scared me. So I apologize if I just stopped.
charge me. All right. So you
Lieutenant
say
Cameron
that.
needs to be charged, apparently.
Lieutenant Cameron, you sound a little strange.
It's all the pollen on Miocenis. It's messing with my sinuses.
Well, get that taken care of later, right? You need to report in. You were sent to watch that small town, that Stucktoes, I think they called it, a while ago. It's been a while since your last report, so you had indicated that there was possible Vincier activity. Now, we've gotten some additional reports of agents in the area, and we need to know what your side of this is.
Well, it's actually an interesting story. So it turned out to be the activities that I thought were Vincier activities were actually some very innocent childhood antics that I mistook for bad things, and I haven't actually been able to check in. It's rude to interrupt. I haven't been able to check in.
Hold on a second here. Your report had indicated.
That's what I was saying. I was trying to say, and everything that was the reason I couldn't get in here is because we were attacked by bugs, okay? It killed all of my people, and you seem to have no empathy for your fellow empirical soldiers. What would the Empire think of that attitude?
Give me
You
a
were injured
charming
and you just
roll.
kind of
real
got back to
quick.
consciousness, maybe.
Charming
See,
roll
which one,
at
mantises? Mantises, those are they're scared of them. The Empire's so scared of the mantises.
I said mantises. Shh.
She's like shushing.
The
people.
mantis specific.
Mantis bugs. I'm sorry. This thing is making me feel like I have voices in my head. What am I rolling?
Charming for me.
I'm
That is
gonna
a
go ahead and
4.
ace that because it seems like a situation that I
This
should
might
win.
be an important one.
It seems important.
That is a 6. There's
like,
another ace.
My gamer heart is
a
like,
10.
no, you can't give this away. You have such a good charming, but
10.
Clay's voice is
You
a dead
accepting a
giveaway.
10?
My headphones died. I can't hear anybody.
Oh no. We will wait for just a moment until she's
think we're
able to
good.
hear us. No, she can't
You
hear us
good?
yet?
Oh, nope.
Nope. We got nothing yet. All right. So while she's speaking to Cameron, the one thing that all of you do hear is, well, actually, yeah, something happened to her charming. She actually does have a 5, so that should have been a 15. Thank you for pointing that out, Kai. For some reason, it looks like it was changed in the sheet in the game here in Fantasy Grounds for some strange reason. All right. So while Nova is gone, is there anything people would like to say to each other while this discussion is happening in front of you, or all of you just kind of staring at each other and just waiting with like bated breath?
I've been fiddling with the knob on the conversation so that it all goes on like auto-tune.
like auto tune.
Yeah.
Just keep switching up and down all over the place.
Yeah.
And
Make it interesting.
anything you're saying or doing, Patchy?
Sorry, my thing froze. So we're waiting.
I'm just looking around and sort of trying to move closer to the door, but like stealthily. But not really. I'm also don't want to like abandon people, but I'm like I have like if any sign of trouble happens, I'm off.
I'm gonna turn to.
Also, I'm also just like trying to be like I hope they didn't I'm nervous about that interaction that happened with the radio. Because I feel like saying mantis. Never mind. Yes,
I'm gonna, in a more hushed voice, so that the radio doesn't pick it up. Inskeen, whatever your name starts as. Sorry for the snippy. There's just a growing pile of calamities on this little town, and I really hate to see it happen to these fine folk. I think obviously, there's clearly a lot that led you to this place, and I understand that. I know you want to run, but if we can take out these gang of however many we can find out from this time wizard in a second, if we can take them out, capture one or two, these people might be able to actually survive.
Here's the thing. I agree. I do not want anything to happen to these good town folk. I have gone to, in my time in this town, I have gotten to grow quite fond of them. It's just that on the off chance that those bastards out there get to me and achieve what they're trying to get from me, what they hope to get, I am worried about the number of people that will die.
Right. Two things then. First of all, conversely, what if when we and whoever townsfolk can help try and fight them off, what if we lose because you left? Because you're obviously very effective in fights. And you also know how these folk think. I don't know the first thing about how they're going to come after us. You do. You could get us ready.
I am not a field operative here. I work in the labs. Before that, I was a medic, and before that, I didn't even take lives. I'm a researcher. I know some of their tactics, and some members of the Vincier are friends. Not all of them are those bastards out there. Those ones are the zealot bits that just want everything to die. Oh, God,
okay, so
did we die?
Not yet. I was waiting for the reaction.
I'm talking about the Vincier. Not all of them are bad. Just the ones that are out there are just.
So Clay and Patchy are talking about the Vincier rather loudly behind you while you're on the radio.
Patchy's being loud. I'm being quiet.
No, I'm not being loud. I am being. Occasionally, I go to TikTok and other languages. Right now, nervous. No, I'm not loud.
Okay, so
I've yet to find an organization that's 100% good or bad.
So Nova, to you, the reaction that comes back to you is.
So your record, so your report about the explosion was wrong. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, the report about the explosion was not wrong. However, I had some details incorrect of the origin of said explosion.
So children and bugs caused an explosion.
They were mantis, and yeah, so, they have these explosive-y substances that you can get a hold of. These kids, they got a hold of it, and then they tried to save the thing from some mantises, and then it exploded. That's what happened.
What happened to the kids?
They were fine. One of them actually got some shrapnel, but they healed it up.
Shrapnel?
One of my soldiers got shrapnel in the forehead. It was crazy. It came at him like an arrow. So
like
weird.
An arrow. Well, we need you to come back down to base and file this in person. We gotta follow proper protocols. We're gonna need to notify family, next of kin, and all that. Soldier, get back here as soon as you can. Over now.
Bye.
And the connection ends.
Oh my goodness. I'm sorry I went temporarily deaf and then the situation occurred. Everything okay?
You're totally
Nova
good.
cries. I was dead.
The second thing, Patchy, I can give you, and I'm pretty sure Kiara would be very in for this. If they look like they're gonna get you, bang, they won't get you. Through whatever means. Obviously, that's not the ideal, but you know, it sounds like that's the primary goal.
Well, the thing is, okay, just it is better if I live because
Of course.
my life works. But that's
Right.
who can I?
But it
trust?
sounds like you'd rather die than let them get you. Am I reading the room?
No, it's rather they not get something I have.
So what if you didn't have it?
But I need it. I need to hide it somewhere safe and.
Right. So they would assume you'd have it and be holding on to it. So what if you just don't hold it for when you fight them?
Just let me worry about it. Okay, just fine. I don't want anything to happen to the people here, but also I need to send a warning out to the letter that they sent said something about my grandfather, and I do not like that.
All right. Save a town, warn the grandpa, get some honey from some giant murder bees. How's that sound?
Okay. If anyone sees a red-haired Skixon, just let me know. Don't attack them. Just let me know. Well, maybe you can attack them, but don't kill them. But maybe kill them. Just let me know.
Patchy
Is
gives
anyone
that
else getting mixed signals? here?
really confusing
yeah.
signal.
I use see the heart to see what the hell.
Just
Kiara, we see you travel down and make it to your room inside the inn. Melody's there as you walk in. Are you all right, Kiara? You look
Right past.
Oh, one of those days again. Oh no.
Angsty teenager going straight to their room.
You go into your room
Kinda
very
stomping a
quickly.
bit.
You grab a hold of things. You start like flipping through them and everything like that. And
Pile of letters.
you pile stuff here and there and looking through it as quickly as you can. Give me an aware roll to see if you see anything. 13. And
No, this is
nothing-
important and we're at the end of the game, so I'm gonna do it. No!
4. Okay. You did have something you were gonna notice, but not this time. Now you got a 4.
I can't. How do I argue endurance? Someone help.
There's an ace
it's
from
emotional.
McSherry.
Sherry.
Jerry, thank you.
Oof.
There's an 8. It's not
Yeah.
much better.
What do I need to get good information?
Good information would be a 16 or higher.
Damn it, I can get to 14. I have 6 plus 1s.
I will give you something with a 13.
You
Okay,
can
I'm using-
argue endurance as
There's
emotional endurance.
another ace
given-
from
Kiara
McSherry.
again reroll.
McSherry is here for the
MVP as
gay.
always.
Is here for the gay.
Mhm.
Nat
20.
20.
And a
That's
plus
funny.
one, and a plus one as well.
McSherry, I love you so much.
Kiara, 2 choices.
Okay.
Would you like to find something related to the message you saw before, or has the crack followed you to your room to give you a vision of the future?
Crack.
Crack.
Crap.
You search through your things and you get this strange sensation for a moment. You don't find anything completely out of the ordinary, but you turn and in your doorway you can see the streets of Avalon in front of you for some reason. As you
I'm walking
step
straight to those streets.
You step towards those streets and you take a few steps forward and you see yourself sprint around a corner in front of you.
I'm following myself?
You step through the crack, you rush around the corner, you stop a little distance away, and you see yourself very nervous, looking around everywhere, mumbling under your breath, and crying. You see yourself say...
I don't do that. What?
You see yourself saying, no, it can't be. And suddenly a figure dressed almost like an assassin in these black outfits with a whole bunch of different like runic colored outsides around the edge, bearing the face mask of a lion, hits the street, draws blades, rushes forward, and strikes you through the midsection as you see yourself collapse into two halves on the street.
I don't like this future. I don't like it.
Can I pick the other one?
You hear
Can I go
a
back and pick
whisper.
the other one?
You hear a whisper from yourself on the ground as you are laying bleeding in the streets. Don't trust the painted lion. And then you find yourself being drawn back again.
I don't like that. I'm gonna... Do I know if... I forget the name of the person you said I can give my letters to. Do I know if they're in town?
The messenger's not here at the moment. They're slated to be here in 3 days.
But I need to get a letter to her. Okay. I don't know what to do with this information.
You're now sitting on your bed. The doorway portal has just vanished. You're back where you're at. All your things are scattered around you. What does Kiara do as the scene fades out?
Just all of the letters are getting pushed back into the drawer under a bunch of clothes because no one... It's my stash. No one needs to know it's there.
Stuff everything back and hide it. And then you like sit there and kind of stare off. And as we see you and the camera fades from view there, we find ourselves outside once more. You see a young Skixon, 6 toes, walking out of his house, kind of keeping an eye out to make sure nobody sees him. You see he's got a bag across his back. What happened?
You're supposed to be telling us.
That's weird. Discord just collapsed by itself for some reason.
It's better.
So,
Spicy Discord.
we see 6 toes moving away, and you hear him just mumble under his breath. It has to be like this. It has to be. If I just turn myself in, they won't come. They won't attack. There won't be. Everybody won't die. It won't happen. It won't happen. And we see him sneak out of the village and head off. And with that scene, tonight's episode of Dreams of Silver and Stone has come to a conclusion.
Okay.
Thank you all for watching tonight. We're gonna go around the table. We're gonna say our farewells, where you can find us, and we can talk. Just give us one thing you want to talk about, whether it's with the show or off the show, or part of this game, or part of something else, whatever. Just one thing. Just one thing. And we'll start off at random again, like usual, rolling a d6, and it is Shannon. Blitzen Gamer, you're first again.
Oh, yeah. I'm the new Anna.
There's this curse that happens.
I'm Shannon. I'm Blitzen Gamer. I play Nova, which you probably noticed. It's also on the screen. But things to think about. That was mean, Ty. That's a heartstring pull. Oh, this cute little character that was just manipulated by some creepy old man who has dreams of being like, I don't know, somebody. And then now we can't even do anything. No offense, Patchy.
I didn't manipulate, you know what?
Oh yeah, not at all. And
I literally made him
not
my
filling
assistant
his
to
head
keep
with
him
dreams
out
of
of trouble.
rebellion and glory, huh?
I never did that. It was someone else. Come on, Ty, get back me up here. That was someone else who gave him that. I actually tried to get him away from that.
It started that way at first. And then he just respects Patchy. And then Patchy told him, if you really want to hear who the true Vince here are, talk to my cousins about that.
my cousin being someone else. I was hoping they would
He
be
didn't
like,
know
nah,
that.
you do what you do.
My cousin Vin.
I did not think someone else would have come instead of my cousin.
True. So it's an inadvertent thing.
Well.
He was trying to steer right, but went wrong.
Fine. Still, the road to hell is paved with good intentions and all that. But anyway, yeah. So hopefully we can save the village. I feel like I hope that this isn't all just a setup for like all of the things that we love to die. So that's what I hope.
It's Ty.
Well,
Yeah.
I do love destroying everyone's
Yeah.
feelings forever.
You like to try.
I mean, you guys, you foil me. We foil me. That's the point, right? We're gonna
Anyway, I guess Tuesdays I'm on, Roll Charisma right here with Steven as my co-host and Mick Sherry down there and probably Hey Doyle in the chat. I haven't been looking at the chat, but they are going to start doing our news soon. And then we, of course, have Mac Jackal doing our recap as well. So we've got new stuff hanging to check out that. And yeah, give us good vibes and hope that Ty doesn't try to kill everything that we care about.
Yeah, that. Sure. And we're gonna move on from there. Speaking of killing everything that we care about, to Kiara. Anna,
yeah, that's
go
correct.
ahead.
Hi everyone, I'm Anna, also known as Sanctum Cosplays. I played the adult who hasn't gotten out of their edgy teen phase yet, Kiara. And now I know what Ty meant when he in passing said, after this campaign, I hope you don't hate me. So I know where that's going now.
Sure you do.
It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
I can't wait to show you this clip when we do actually know where it's going, and you're like,
yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, no, it's fine.
My face says it all.
That's and I'm here Thursdays because I have a real person job that is long and makes me sleepy.
I feel you.
I don't have a real person job. I'm here lots of days. So, moving on right along to Rob. Clay.
That's me. Hello, and I'm not playing Father of the Year, Clay, no last name given. I am Rob B. Rolling. You can find me as such on my Twitch or my Twitter, and you can find me every Wednesday on Valdream's channel doing Revenge of the Gith, my homebrew 5e game. Most Tuesdays doing Trader Tuesdays on the wonderful Stephen Dewey's channel, and every Monday also on Stephen Dewey's channel playing a very fun video game called the Blackout Club, which Anna just stepped away from in a spooky, mysterious, in canon
I got pulled
way.
into the song.
Yeah. If you don't know what that means, come check us out. It's a lot of fun. Other than that, yeah, that's pretty much me. If you want to hear me and not see me, which understandable, you can check out Not Quite Heroes podcast at NQH podcast on Twitter. We're a 5e and Quest Actual Play. That's me.
Well, those are all some great things. Was there anything else you want to talk about, or is that it for tonight?
Oh, for the game as well, right?
Well, anything really, but you can make it game related if you'd like. I'm just giving you the choice.
I think I covered everything for now.
Okay then.
Feels like you're setting me up.
Well,
to
I
say
mean,
something.
no.
It's one of those dad things where you're like, is there anything else you want to tell me?
Are you
Are you
that's
sure? Sure you don't want to plug something that's going to happen like a month from now, or no? Okay. Fine.
Oh yes, in exactly a month, I will be running a new, shinier version of Like Clockwork with the wonderful Ruby Heart channel, with some to yet be announced talent. But it's going to be an absolute hoot of a time, and if you stick around, you may see Like Clockwork on quite a few different channels. Things are in the works, so get ready on the 29th on both the channels. We'll also have some follower goals, and who knows, what kind of random wacky stuff could happen.
Try to hit some bigger follower numbers if we can possibly make it there. That'd be great.
And of course, if that follower goal gets hit, maybe I run Crash Pandas with Ruby Heart back.
Oh yes, that'd be awesome. So moving right along, Steven, your turn.
Hello, I am Steven, also known as Eldevian Devil. I play Kaizen, the Imni Steelmight. You can catch me obviously here. That's funny that we say that, but on Thursdays, this game with these fabulous people, and Tuesdays, Roll Charisma with the wonderful Shannon. And yeah, currently that's it, but there are some ideas on the horizon that we are kicking around. And what do I want to talk about? I have been hunting for 5 months solid, following Twitter pages, telling me launch dates, putting the item in my bag, pushing checkout for it to tell me sold out dozens and dozens and dozens of times, and finally, Tuesday, I secured my damn PlayStation 5, so it's stealing my soul, and that is what I will be doing after this, but good lord, it was a challenge, and I freaked out and was in shock when it finally actually said, here is your tracking information.
You're the first person I know in real life that has a PS5.
Yep.
So long, so much work. I've had the money saved since Christmas and could not. So anyway, that's my exciting tidbit,
that's
and
exciting.
It has all the recording features, so I might just start streaming off of it soon.
Well, that's sweet. All right, moving right along. Sinan, your turn.
Hello, everyone. I'm Sinan, and I play the ink fear, the Skeksin Tinker, or something. I think that's
You
why.
sound
I'm
like
sorry,
the
did you
guy
say
from.
Führer? That's what it sounded like.
Whoa. I thought he sounded like the guy from the second Ghostbusters. That like.
Things are not going well for Patch, and everyone's blaming me for everything now. God damn it! Why does this always happen in Ty's games?
Give me a whole bunch to work
You
with.
make choices.
I didn't make.
Listen,
I just.
hey, it's okay. Right now it's your shitstorm. Soon enough, the crack's gonna like suck us into a terrible alternate future.
Yeah, your crack sucks, by the way, Kaizen.
I can't help you. You
You
can't
had a
handle
real
the
bad
truth.
trip, is what
If
happened.
you can't
I'm
handle
I'm
the
gonna get
crack,
addicted. Like, when am I gonna die? I need the crack again. Give me the crack.
The first one was free.
Now there's
You chase the
everybody's
crack, and suddenly you come plummeting down.
everybody's backgrounds are going to be
So
drawn
don't
in some
worry.
stuff soon too. So just so everybody's aware.
Spotlight will be on one of us others soon. Don't worry.
As you were saying, Sanat, sorry, we just co-opted your
I'm
entire.
exciting when it becomes someone else's shitstorm. Also, I did not think I'd. I mean, I guess I end up always making things accidentally very obvious. So I think I'm gonna have to drop the super grouchy asshole thing that I've been putting out, because that was supposed to be a costume I was donating, but we'll see. Who knows? I don't know. I'm just tired. That whole argument with Nova was tiring. Everything I was saying was making sense in my head, but it just did not translate. I did the articulation. Nothing was not happening. But I guess it worked with Patchy's mental state, I suppose.
Well, I mean, I understand where his point was. He was trying to indicate that these individuals are trying to set up this trap or something specifically to take out Patchy. So if there is no Patchy, maybe there's no trap. The thing is
that was one thing I was thinking of, and the other thing was, and if you guys see these people, you can give them up to the Empire, and they'll probably be happy catching a most wanted person and leave the town alone, maybe, while I hide in the beach somewhere, maybe. Who knows? Also, I need to warn my grandpa, apparently.
But there's more to it than that. You see, they
It's not a grandpa, it's a codename! Or it's not a codename. It's someone being facetious in a fucking letter.
I'm sorry.
we will come back around to that later when it becomes a big thing. So we're gonna move on from here over to Strat.
When it becomes a big thing.
Stratful?
We will not drag it all throughout the whole game and always hang it above your head. Don't worry. Just like half of it.
Sword of Damocles, man.
Yeah. So thank you for being with us tonight. I'm Strasfall. I'm with these wonderful people every week, every 3 weeks. Then I go back to my dark and lonely cave for that 1 week where apparently the others need to like rest and recharge. It's like they can't play for every single week for every time of their lives. So I mean, who are they, normies? But thank you for being with us this time, and you'll see the husk of a man that I am in like next week. No, in 3 weeks from now, I believe. So thank you, and remember me as I was today.
3 weeks from
What's
now.
up going on?
It's next week. We still have game next week. What am I missing here?
Why are you a husk? What's happening?
Oh no. Apparently
All right, save this outro for next week then. Got that based.
All right. Well,
we have game next
confirmed.
week?
This game is what makes Strat have life. He doesn't turn into a husk without it, or he does. Whatever. I'm tired. Thank you all for watching. I am Loud Even Star on Twitter and Loud Even Star Art over here on Twitch, as well as being producer and artist for this channel. And of course, I GM this game and the one on Friday, which is Sparrows, tomorrow at 5:30 Pacific time. If you want to check that out, hey, come show up, come do that. Nat 21 Adventures raids us literally at the very, very end. Thank you very much for doing that. I'm just gonna send you a different direction. We'll share the wealth. We appreciate you showing up at this moment. And hey, you can follow
And
us.
hit that
More
follow.
One more seat.
No, we don't.
Oh,
yeah.
I can't. I won't. I
So-
decline.
We are done for tonight.
Y'all are great.
The same thing just happened to you guys as well. It
We're
seems
just
to
gonna,
be.
it'll be
There's
just an
this time-
infinite ball of
We're gonna
TTRPG.
find someone who's also just
rating.
finishing up.
What?
Yeah.
What we should really do
Roll it on.
is time this out. We need to have community groups that are like, we stream from this time, but it's the weird time. We're like until 2 o'clock in the morning in this stream, so that everybody always has that end of night transfer
All right,
thing
guys,
happen.
who wants to be in that game?
Who wants to be in that 2 a.m. stream? All right. Well, thank you again for stopping
It
by.
might happen.
We hope to see more of you later, of course. And yeah, we have this game. We have one on Fridays at 5:30 Pacific time. We've got our talk show, Roll Charisma, at 5:30 on Tuesdays. We'll be having some more one-shots soon. We got a few of those in the works. We're maybe having some new shows soon, so stay tuned. And as always, we'll try to keep some information here on our Twitch, on our Twitch and on our Twitter. So thank you
And
very
don't
much for
forget
watching.
to join the Discord.
Yes.
Yeah, come hang with us.
But anyway,
We
thank
like
you for watching,
friends.
and we will see you all next time. Good night, everybody, and stick around for the raid if you want some extra points or want to go check out some other cool people.